Hello viewers, welcome back to class. This is Master Builders Online Academy, a continuation of the subject we have been discussing, the topic we have been discussing, simultaneous equation. So you are welcome to Master Builders Online Academy. Please do consider subscribing to this YouTube channel if you have not done so, and ensure that you turn on the post notification button for more exciting videos. Don't forget, this is another aspect. So one of our policy here is that you must not skip any part of this video for your own benefit. Okay, and as well avoid every unnecessary distraction anytime you are set to learn from this our YouTube channel. And finally, at any point you do not understand anything that we teach here, please you can replay the video over and over again until you master that particular aspect that is giving you issues. And as well, if at the end of replaying the video over and over again and you still have not been able to get it there, you can make it clear at the comment section below where we attend to you, or personally you can message us via our email. When you check the description below, you will find that there. And also you can follow us on all other of our social media platforms where we also share problems and solutions to some questions which we don't really upload here. There are some content we upload in other of our social media platforms which we do not upload here, so you can follow us as well in other of our social media platforms. The links to all of our social media platforms, you will see it at the description below of every of our video content that you watch. So guys, let's get started. Now on the board, we have matrix method 1. You know, when we started earlier, I said that we have basic 4 methods of solving simultaneous equation. We have a substitution method, we have elimination method 1 and 2, then we have graphical method, then we have matrix method 1 and 2. Originally we have 4: substitution, elimination, graphical, and matrix. But elimination is divided into 2, and matrix also is divided into 2. So now we have the matrix method 1, or part 1 of matrix, by Cramer's rule. Alright? By Cramer's rule, or the same thing as determinant method. So you can call it determinant method or Cramer's rule. Okay, now how is this done? If, for instance, we have 2 equations, we are asked to solve 2 equations. This is the first equation 1. This is second equation 2. The first thing you must do to that equation is to put it in its matrix form. Rewrite the equation in each matrix form. And how do you rewrite equations in each matrix form? All you need to do is to get the coefficient of the variables first. So when we get this, and I said then the above equation in each matrix form is, so the coefficient of A will form column 1. The coefficient of B, which is the second variable, it can be any other variables. The coefficient here will be column 2. Then you now have S and Y as the column that multiplies this matrix. Of course, if I want to multiply this matrix now, this will have be something like this. A and this other one is like this. A times A1 times X plus B1 times Y. That will form this equal to this. Then similarly, A2 times X plus B2 times Y. You will get this equation back. So this is this simultaneous equation in its matrix form. Now that we have this, the first thing you must do is to obtain the determinant of the coefficient of the unknown. Listen to this carefully, because these are principles that will help you to solve problems with this effectively. Of course, very, very well. It will help you to solve problems on this effectively. And it also happens to be one of the shortest methods ever. One of the shortest methods ever. Most especially for those who are dealing with objectives. Now listen carefully. So the first thing now, if you look at it now, A1, A2, B1, B2 are all coefficients of the variable. So the first thing you do is to determine the determinant of what? The coefficient of the variable. And that is given by what? Zeta. So this is the determinant is equal to this. And this is the symbol for determinant. Are you there? Then the next also is, once you get the determinant, to find, then the next is to now decide the variable or the unknown you want to find first. First is to write it in matrix form as step 1. Second is to determine the determinant of the coefficient of the 2 unknowns, which we have here. The third method is to what? Decide on the variable to find first. If I want to find S first, all I need to do is to come to this matrix here, replace the column of X with this constant here. If I choose to find S like I have, I want to find X here, I will replace everything about the first column, which are the coefficient of A, which are the coefficient of X, with this constant at the right hand side. Then I'll find the determinant. At the end, whatever I have here divided by the first determinant will give me the value of x. When we start implementing this, we understand it very well. Then secondly, if I now made up my mind that I want to find y, I need to also find the determinant with respect to y. And to find the determinant with respect to y, all I need to do, since I want to find y now, I will replace the coefficient of y with this constant here. So this column here, this second column here, will now be replaced with this constant because I want to find y. So if I want to find x, I will replace the coefficient of x with the constants I have at the right hand side. And if I want to find y, I will equally replace the coefficient of y with that constant I have at the right hand side. This is exactly what we have here. So in this case now we are going to be the very first question we have here now, we are asked to solve 2x plus y is equal to 10 or 3x minus 2y is equal to 1. Now, put down your solution. You can rewrite the equation if you choose to. It's not compulsory. Y equal to 10. This is equation 1. Then 3x minus 2y is equal to 1. This is equation 2. So the first thing you are quickly going to do here, guys, is to ensure that you convert this equation to its matrix form. Now you are going to watch how I'm going to do this now. Pay close attention, avoid distraction like I do always tell you guys. Now here, I will rewrite in matrix form. Write the equation in matrix form. Now, to write the equation in matrix form, just come here, pick the first coefficient of x. Now, pick the second coefficient of x. I will use it to form column 1. Open. Then move again, create a space. Now, what's the coefficient of y here is plus 1. So put down 1. The coefficient of y here is minus 2. Then you close it. The first variable comes first, followed by the second variable. So here now we have 2 rows and 2 columns. Then it's equal to the constants that you have at the other side. This is this equation in its matrix form. Hope you have gotten it. Coefficient of x forms column 1. Coefficient of y forms columns 2. Column 3 will now be what? X and y. Multiplying this coefficient directly, then equal to this will also be in another column. So we are done with step 1. Now we want to look at step 2. In step 2 now is to determine the matrix, the determinant. So the determinant of this matrix is 2, 3, 1 minus 2. Now, anytime you are using Cramer's rule to determine the matrix, listen carefully. You start by putting what sign here. This is plus, minus. This is Cramer's rule we are using here. This is plus, this is minus. All you need to do is to do diagonal multiplication. So first, this guy will multiply this, and this other guy will multiply this. So we are going to have this as 2 times minus 2, guys, will give us minus 4. Then put down this minus. Okay, let's assume we put this in bracket. This times this is this value. Then this one times this 3 would have given us what? 3. It's as simple as this. 2 times minus 2, minus 4. Put down this minus. Now, 3 times 1 is 3. It's as simple as this. All we need to do is to have this as minus 4, minus 3. And the determinant to this is 7. Of course, you can do this thing in one line. I just want to explain it in detail. That's why we are taking all of this thing. You can do this thing in one line. This times this minus 4 minus 3. You get minus 7. You have your results right? Now let's move ahead. Now the next is to what? To find x. You see now, at this point I want to find x. To find x, the first thing we will do is to find the determinant with respect to x. And how do we find this determinant with respect to x? Let's create a column or the matrix determinant column. Now, we will come here. We are going to replace everything that have to do with x with this constant. Now that we want to find x, we have decided to find x. We will replace the coefficient of x with this constant at the right hand side. So, in place of x, instead of 2, I'm going to have 10 and 1. I just replace this coefficient with this. Then y remains. It's as simple as this. So once this is done, I introduce plus, I introduce minus. Now this times this will give us minus 20. 1 times 1 will give us 1. Then this minus, we have minus. It's as simple as that. Diagonal multiplication. 2 times minus 2, 10 times minus 2, minus 20. 1 times 1 is 1, then minus. So you put that as minus. Then automatically this gives us what? Minus 21. Therefore, S is equal to what? Determinant with respect to S all over the overall determinant. Don't forget, this is each here that was stated earlier. So that this will have given us, now what is determinant with respect to S? Minus 21 over 7. And this will give us minus 3. Minus 7, and this will give us what? Plus 3. It's as simple as that. So we have successfully obtained the value of X. Now we want to find the value of Y. Now to find the value of Y, we also need to decide to find Y. We need to find the determinant with respect to Y. And to find the determinant with respect to Y, all we still need to do is to create the what? The matrix or the determinant what? Column. Now the first thing we do here is, we already know that we want to find Y, is that correct? So we are going to replace the coefficient of Y, which happens to be 1 and minus 2, by this. It's as simple as that. When we wanted to find X, we replace the coefficient of X. Now that I want to find Y, we are going to replace the coefficient of Y when S remains. So S will not change now, S will now remain, but Y will change to what? 10 and 1. We now replace the coefficient of Y by this. It's as simple as this. Then the next thing we quickly do here is to introduce plus or minus. Now 2 times 1 is 2. 10 times 3 is 30. This minus we have here, put it in between. This times this guy minus this times this. It's as simple as that. And this will have given us what? Minus 28. Therefore, Y will give us what? Determinant with respect to Y over overall determinant. And this will give us minus 28 over minus 7. And this will have given us what? Positive 4. 28 divided by what? 7 is 4. Y minus divided by minus is plus. Therefore, S is equal to 3 and Y is equal to 4. Now, in our subsequent video, I'm going to show you how to make this shortcut in 3 lines. You will be able to get the value of S and Y in 3 lines. That will be another session for objective students. But for those who are writing paper examination, please, you must ensure that you follow this process. That is when we end your mark. Because I've told us several times that they don't usually mark your answer. It is your steps that are being marked, not your answer. So you must be conscious of your step. And that's why sometimes it's good you undergo some long processes while you are solving, so that to earn more marks for yourself. Don't be interested in getting the answer. But for objective, our interest is just the answer. So we are going to make videos on how to use shortcuts using substitution, shortcut with elimination, and shortcut with determinant method. So see you in question number 10, where we will still be solving the problem using matrix method 1. Okay guys, now guys, we have question number 10 on the board, which happens to be question number 2 under matrix method 1. Are we there? So now we are asked to solve 3x plus 2y is equal to 42 and 5x minus 4y is equal to 26. Guys, it's as simple as we see it with question number 9. Now let's get started. So this is solution. So we can rewrite the equations. 3x plus 2y is equal to 42. We call this equation 1. The next is 5x minus 4y is equal to 26. This we call equation 2. So now that we have our 2 equations on the board, and we want to use matrix method by Cramer's rule or determinant method, the first thing you must do is to ensure that you convert the pair of equations to a matrix form. Yes, you need to first of all convert it to matrix form. And how do we convert it to matrix form? We pick the coefficient of what? The 2 unknowns. So I will write the matrix form of the equation. Are we there? So now we will need to write the matrix form of the equation. So to put these equations in each matrix form, all we need to do is to come here, take the coefficient of x in equation 1 and also take the other one in equation 2. Then you can create your matrix. Then we are done with x. We come to column y, which will form the column 2. And the coefficient in equation 1 is 2. The coefficient in equation 2 is minus 4. We are done with this. Then open another column without plus or minus in between. Then put x followed by y is equal to open a bracket, this matrix, and you have your 46 and 26. Now we have successfully what represent this equation in its matrix form. What next? The next thing we are quickly going to do is to determine the overall determinant using the coefficient of the two variables. And now what's the coefficient of the two variables? This is this bracket. So first is to determine the determinant of this, and the determinant is given as 3, 5, 2, minus 4. Straight line. Alright? Now the next thing is we have this as plus, we have this as minus. So that 3 times minus 4 would have given us minus 12. Now, then put down this minus. 2 times 5 would have given us what? 10. As simple as this. Then finally, this will give us what? Minus 22. We are done with the value of the overall determinant. It's as simple as this. Then the next thing we do, which happens to be step 3, is to now decide on the variable we want to find first, whether x or y. So let me start with x. Alright? So now, to find x, the first thing we must find is determinant with respect to x. So you create your determinant symbol. Now, the next thing you do is, now that I have decided to eliminate to find x, I will remove the coefficient of x and replace it by what? The constants I have at the right hand side. I want to find x, replace all the coefficient of x. So the coefficient of x here is 3 and 5. So I will replace it with what? 42 and 26. Then y remains this. So I introduce plus or minus. It's as simple as this. All I need to do now is to multiply 42 by 4. Is that taking? Yes. Multiply 42 by 4. So 4 times 2 will have given us 8. And 4 times 4 is 16. That gives us 168. Then minus, which is this minus, 2 times 26 would have given us 52. Now, minus 168 minus 52 would have given us 0, 2, 2. That's it. So the answer to this is minus 220. Minus 168 minus 52 is minus 220. So finally here, therefore, x is equal to determinant with respect to x over the overall determinant. And this is minus 222 all over what? All over the determinant is what? Minus 22. And this will have given us what? 10. That's the answer for x. Minus divided by minus is plus. 220 divided by 22. 22 cancel 22, you have 1. That's 10. We are done. Now to find y, we will also need to determine the determinant with respect to y. Where we will now replace the coefficient of x with the constant that we have at the right hand side. So in this case now, x will now remain. So we have 3 and 5. But the coefficient of y will now be replaced by this. Then I have this as 42 to 26. Are we there? It's simple as this. So you introduce your plus or minus. Determinant of y is equal to. Now the first is what? Diagonal multiplication. 3 times 26. Like I do always tell you, you need to be with your calculator. But if you are not with your calculator, you can always use your brain. So 3 times 6 is 18, carry 1. And 3 times 2 is 6 plus the 1 you carry, you have 78. Simple as this. Then 5 times 42. Now put down this minus in between them. This minus you have it put down in between the two results. Then 5 times 42, or 42 times 5. 5 times 2 is 0, which is 10, carry 1. 5 times 4 is 20, plus the 1 you carry, you have 210. I don't know if that is taken. Listen carefully. 5 times 2, 10. Carry 1. Carry 1. Put down 0. Now, 5 times 4 is 20, plus the 1 you carry. That becomes 21. It becomes 210. So now, when we remove 210 minus 78, alright, so this is 2. Borrow 1 from here, put it here, this will have become 9. So 9 minus this will have become 10, this is 3. So this will have given us 132. So when we remove this, this becomes minus 132. So the next thing we are quickly going to do here is to divide both sides. So now is to state the equation. Therefore, y is equal to determinant with respect to y over the overall determinant is equal to minus 132 over 26 over minus 22. So all I need to do now is, if I divide this guy by this guy, the answer will be 6. You can check this out with your calculator, or you can break it down first. Or first thing you will do here is, first of all, divide each by 2. So if I divide this by 2, I'm going to have minus 11. And if I divide this guy by 2, I'm going to have 66. This is minus 66. So 11 can go into 66. Or better still, you can use your calculator. Alright? So minus 1 times 2 divided by 22, the answer is 6. Therefore, x is equal to 10, where y is equal to 6. So this is the answer to this question. As usual, you can always validate whether the answer you have is correct by simply substituting these values you have here into any of the equation and see whether what you have at the left hand side will be equal to what you have at the right hand side. And if that is valid, that means you are correct. But I assure you that with what you have saw so far, you are very, very correct. And if you can follow these principles effectively, you will not be scared whether you are wrong or you are right. Anytime you write an exam, you are sure that you are correct 100%. Guys, if you find this content helpful, please do consider subscribing to this YouTube channel and ensure you turn on the notification bell for more exciting videos. And don't forget to tell your friends about this platform. And don't also forget to like this video. Very important to us. Like the video and make a comment, and follow us on other of our social media platforms. Just check the description below, where you will find a link to our social media platform, and where you also find a link to the next video where we'll be talking about matrix method 2 by inverse method. Love you guys. See you in the next video.